This morning, a man who's reimagining rum by going back to its source. Marquise Farrell used to be a top executive at Starbucks, but instead of coffee, he's now focused on the native liquor of the Caribbean islands. And he even returned to his own homeland, Trinidad and Tobago, to produce his new brand. But he's not just looking for another spot on the shelf. He's hoping to change our perception of rum, reveal its complexity, and understand its place as the champagne of Caribbean culture. This might seem like a vacation, but for entrepreneur and Trinidad native Marquise Farrell, let's go! Let's go! Ready? Ah! Woo! It's an enviable day on the job. Woo! This is the life! Woo! From the shore to the streets, Farrell has a lock on his hometown.
You want to try the coconut jelly, too?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ah, so refreshing. And every taste it has to offer.
One with sweet and pepper, one with no sweet and pepper.
Yeah,
what do you think? I put sweet sauce and pepper sauce on everything.
It really brings the flavor out. And now he's serving up one more. A rum that he says is a cut above, called 10 to 1.
People have thought about rum for a long time as a very sort of like narrowly defined spirit. It's like spring break only, sugary, slushy cocktails that they had that one time in Cancun or whatever. And like the spirit is actually way more versatile, way more elevated than that.
Some say Farrell's perfectly suited as CEO of an up-and-coming, multifaceted spirit brand.
We're trying to kind of bring this perspective of not just rum, but rum culture, Caribbean culture, bring it to a global platform.
An MIT, Cambridge, and Harvard Business School grad, he climbed the corporate ladder at Starbucks, the youngest vice president in the company's history. He brings all of that to a brand that he says goes beyond. So it's not just the rum?
It's not just the rum. You know, I think, look, the rum is exceptional. Take it from me. Take my word for it, right? I think it's an opportunity to, again, shine a light on a different side of our culture and hopefully take it to a global stage.
For the Caribbean, that story dates back to colonial times, when enslaved Africans were forced to harvest sugarcane by hand and may have developed a way to distill the excess juice known as molasses into rum. The spirit became an unexpected hit, often used as currency, that helped fuel and extend the slave economy.
When people try to understand how celebration has become such a part of the fabric of our people, if you will, I think understanding some of those roots, that genesis, born out of the plantation in the context of rum, born out of Canboulay, and born out of struggle in the context of carnival, you actually then begin to understand how it really is this underpinning of so many different facets of our culture.
The Africans won their freedom!
The Canboulay ceremony originated in the emancipation of slaves in Trinidad in 1838. As seen in this reenactment, the burning of sugarcane was symbolic of suffering and resistance. In 1881, the British government tried to stamp out the annual celebration, leading to riots. Modern-day carnival has its roots in that history and is now known as one of the greatest street parades in the world. An energy Farrell is trying to bottle, with ambassadors who take 10 to 1 to another level. Pop star Sierra is now an investor.
It was a pretty magical moment. You know, I mean, C is C of Sierra.
Ooh.
Sierra. Now, she's amazing. She, in so many ways, is emblematic of a lot of the elements of Caribbean culture I was mentioning that I think we want to put on a global stage. Somebody who is spontaneous and optimist, has range, elevated, but doesn't have an overly exclusive vibe to them. You know, they're willing to welcome others in.
Also important, elevating local celebrities like artist Jimmy October.
When you whine like this and you move like that,
You can't help but move, right?
You have to do it, yeah.
Who's carving out his own genre, New Calypso. I mean, I think of Calypso, I think of Harry Bell.
Has passed on what is already here, but adding a little bit of new youthful energy into it.
Let's be super clear. There's this whole new generation of creators. I call them creators of culture. and you'll see them doing their thing in music, and you'll see them doing their thing in fashion, and you'll see them doing their thing in art. And what I love about this new generation, hopefully I'm a part of it, is that like...
I think you are.
You think I'm a part of it?
Absolutely.
Cool. What I love about this new generation is like, we are doing it unapologetically.
So where are you taking me?
Taking you inside 36 Cornelio, which is a really cool little fashion-forward boutique.
Wow! Designer and FIT grad Levi Marcus is part of it too. He has a clothing line collaboration with 10 to 1.
I think the Caribbean has a lot of global influence, but we don't get the credit that we deserve. And ultimately, I think working with Mark, you guys coming here, giving us the opportunity to put our culture out there is really important.
10 to 1 stands for many things. The Federation of 10 Caribbean nations that unified their economies from 1958 to 1962. And its initials even mimic that of Trinidad and Tobago.
So it's a little hidden shout out to the home country. That's on there as well. That's right. We're thinking.
A shout out that is making waves in America, in Michelin-starred restaurants like 11 Madison Park, and new hotspots like French Indonesian eatery Wayan. It all keeps Farrell pretty busy. Branding, selling, reimagining. Drawing inspiration from his family, his friends, and his fellow creatives.
What's fun? You good?
For him, 10 to 1 is a way to show the world that there's no place like his home.
I would love for 10 to 1 to be category redefining. Success is all about like the value that you claim. I think significance in a lot of ways is about what you are able to contribute. For me, it's important that like as part of what 10 to 1 does on this journey is that it provides a little bit of a platform, provides a little bit of a voice, continues to elevate our view of the culture that I'm so proud to be a part of, right? Like if that doesn't shift as a part of 10 to 1's continued growth and success, then it feels like an incomplete story to me.
And that story was missing one thing. I was eating everything and drinking everything else but the rum. So let's do it. This is a daiquiri made 10 to 1. So cheers and see how it tastes.
We've got 3 for 3.
We do.
With 10 to 1.
Clean, crisp.
That's pretty good to me.
Yes, it does. Mark Farrell's kind of an interesting person because he's like all these things wrapped up into one. A native son.
What can't he do?
He can do it all, and he's really taking it to the next level.
Good for him. Nice piece.
Thank you.
Nice dive.
You.
Great dive.
Great dive.
They like that.
We'll be right back.